everyone. This is Candice from Happy Catastrophe, Sister Minh Bao. I have missed you so much. I've missed you so much. Look, my fingernails have grown in empathy for me not seeing you. I keep meaning to trim these back. They'll get it in the next video. I injured myself at work. That's the only reason I've been missing. I am absolutely brimming with energy to color. Believe it or not, it must be all this rest I'm getting from the injury. But it was one of the dumbest injuries ever. So basically, I sat. That's all I did. I was sent to a city called Bend in Central Oregon, and it was it's like, I don't know, over 2 hours away from me. But the one highway over there was closed, and there was no signage or anything. So I got to the closed part, and I'm like, what? And they rerouted us on this former wagon trail up and over with switchbacks on a 2-lane road that was so narrow. And all of these unsuspecting people who were stuck like me were being routed over this mountain. I got gorgeous photos of some lava, and I will insert them here because Oregon's mountain range is mostly made of volcanoes, and most of them are dormant but not extinct. And so this is some amazing miles and miles and miles wide and miles and miles and miles long. It was like a lava river that went through, before people were here. And so I got to see some beautiful views if I could take my eyes off the terrifying road. It was so congested. And there were signs all over saying, no vehicle contraptions longer than 35 feet, which was completely ignored because these people were stuck. They had no place else to go. And so there was trailers and an oil tanker, for God's sake. We were going 10 miles an hour and cars were having to stop and back up. And so trailers could get around, and it was, people were scraping, and it was awful. So I held myself very tensely, and it was 3 hours of driving to get there. Now, when I got out of the car, my leg didn't feel so good. My hip was like twinged and didn't feel good, but I limped my way into the work, did my job, felt very proud of the work I did. It was a difficult job. If you don't know, I'm a sign language interpreter in the medical field. So I was sent way over there because they don't have very many certified professional sign language interpreters. So I went over there. Then I drove back the same way. It was 6 hours of terror. And when I got home, I couldn't get out of my car. My hip had completely frozen up. And I didn't know what was going on. And so I sort of crawled my way, limped my way, drugged my leg into the house and laid flat because I've had back issues before, and I knew that was important. And then I didn't know what to do. I laid there. When I had to go to the bathroom, I drugged myself up. It hurt so bad. I learned to pee standing up, which is actually kind of cool. But I now understand why you ladies with husbands have to constantly clean your toilets. And I spent 2 days like that. I couldn't cook for myself or anything. And I got a virtual doctor's appointment. And my doctor's like, "You're doing what? You're just laying there, not eating, just like," she's like, "Would you call somebody to come help you?" My doctor gets frustrated with me. So I called my daddy, my sweet 75-year-old, 80-year-old dad. And he went grocery shopping and got easy food for me so I can make sandwiches and stuff to heat up. I have a lovely locally baked chicken pot pie in the oven right now. And then, and a prescription. The doctor prescribed some muscle relaxants because even though she couldn't give me a physical exam, because I couldn't sit, there's no way I could travel to the doctor. And my doctor is 90 miles away. And so she was pretty sure I hadn't done anything to injure it because there was no fall. I just sat for a long time and then couldn't stand up. So that's what it was. It's like a frozen hip. It's got a big long name, but basically all the tendons and muscles are just all locked up tight. It probably had been coming on, but that drive exacerbated it. And I tell you, those muscle relaxants, honey bunnies, I'm not crazy about medication either. My body doesn't even like most medications, but those are ambrosia. When you can't move and your legs or shoulder or whatever back is locked up, a little tiny pill of a muscle relaxer, oh my gosh. I finally could rest. And because I could rest, my hips started letting go. And now I can walk short distances without the cane. I have about 10 inches of mobility. probably. I can sleep for more than 2 hours at a time, maybe 4 hours I can sleep now before I need to like get up and move around. But I can get up and move around, still pee standing up. And actually, I may not stop doing that. That's kind of a cool thing. So that's what's been going on with me. And I haven't been able to sit to do a video. And I'm not going to work right now, so I have no internet. I mean, I have the internet, but I have wimpy, woodsy internet. I don't have strong enough internet to upload to YouTube, and I can't get it out here. So I have to make these videos, batch them, and then when I go to work, I upload them. So that's why you're getting them pretty regularly. But without me being at work, so probably this is the first one you'll get because it explains my idiocy. And then you're probably going to get like a whole bunch more because I'm going to, as long as I can sit up, I'm going to make videos because I have missed you so much. So this video is a little tiny Happy Meal opening. I think it's Happy Meal. I don't know. We're going to find out what came. It was the last time I was able to drive, I had picked up a few packages from the post office. I haven't been there for a while. So if you're worried that if you sent me something and I haven't opened it yet, it's still at the post office. I'll have my dad bring some mail maybe if I can't get in the car soon. But everything's okay with me. Look, I have my favorite drink, the well water with the ice and the strawberries. Yum, yum, yum. You know how to make the perfect frozen strawberries? Because I know a lot of you are, hold on, I have to take a drink of this. Can't just clink the ice and not drink it. You take berries. Now berries, especially strawberries, are one of what they call the dirty fruits. Like they really need washed before you eat them. But once you wash them, they're going to turn to mush pretty easy. So you have to, what I recommend is don't wash them until just before you're going to use them. Then wash them real nice, gently. Put them on a tray. I put parchment paper, baking paper underneath it. You could put tinfoil, whatever, anything so they don't stick. You can just put them straight on the tray. That's fine. And let them dry. Sometimes I take a little towel and pat it, but I let them dry. And then they're all individual on the tray and they're pretty dry and they're clean. I put them in the freezer. So they freeze individually and they don't glomp together like what you get in the grocery stores. And then when they're frozen, you can like jiggle them or scrape them off if they're a little stuck and put them in a freezer bag. And you've got these beautiful individually frozen berries. I do it with lots of things, mostly berries. And my injury has kept me from going next door to the farm to get more. And I'm worried they're out of berries. It's August. In fact, they're probably not even going to be open much longer. So what I've got in my freezer is probably all I've got for the rest of the year. I will use them sparingly. Not. All right. First of all, I did open one package and I did not think it was a gift. I had vaguely ordered a couple things and I wasn't sure what I had ordered or what I didn't. And I just sort of wasn't paying much attention. And so I thought, well, I must have ordered something, but I hadn't. It was a gift. And look at this. So these Spellbound ones of Camelia Anjakova, I really like. I haven't been interested in her books before, but the Spellbound ones are framed. They're all framed with something. So let's look at this. This is the newest one. And this was given to me by my sweet dear friend Sarah Sini, who is just, we just did this buddy color this month. Wait till you see it. Hers is freaking phenomenal. It's gorgeous. Wow. Yeah. So this is similar to this. The first one was the 50 Spellbound Woodland Scenes, I think. And she gave me that one. And I have it here somewhere. I'll bring it out. Hold on. I may not have the giver of that one correct. So we are going to be putting these into my book in very soon. And I will definitely be accurate there. I can't remember everything. It's Swiss cheese memory. And also, it's it's not within reach. And I thought it was, so I'd have to get up, which is difficult. So we're just going to do this. We're going to look at this one. Now, I went through, when I received the Spellbound Woodland one, I went through and I thought, didn't we think it was beautiful? It was beautiful. Absolutely. Well, you know me in underwater scenes. Camellia, in her prolificness, just busted out this one right away. And I was like, oh dear, here we go. And I loved it so much. I love it that the pictures are a little bigger. So they take up more of the, there's less white space, which is nice. I love it that they're framed. These are, I think the Oceanic is a little less, shall we say, detailed than the Woodland one. And I know some of you I've talked to have said, yeah, you really want the Woodland one, but you're not so sure about this one. So let's look through it and you can decide for yourself. It is a little simpler, but it still has the framing and still has some really cute creatures. And you know, I thought that I would get tired of 50 pages of mermaids. That's not what's in here. And even the mermaids are all different. Like that one, look at her beautiful curly hair, and she's a pirate, man. I think that's great. And there is still not lots of nods to Halloween in this. So like here, so you could find a lot of really cool fall and Halloween, and you can also find not fall and Halloween. I love this freaking pumpkin fish. Is that cute? Oh my gosh. They're ghost mermaids. Merghosts. I didn't realize that. I've looked through this a bunch of times because I can't color right now, so I lay in bed and I look through my coloring books, which, again, let me repeat myself, is another reason to keep coloring books that you don't color in but still love. It was so fun to just look through and imagine and dream and admire the artwork. Don't ever use the fact that you're not coloring in a book as the reason to give it up, to give it away. It should be that you're not coloring in it and you don't really like it. You don't really look at it either. That's a good reason to give it away. But I laid in bed looking at this and I never noticed that these ghosties had tails. Of course, I was in a lot of pain. But look at these. I mean, oh, bubbles. I'm not good at bubbles, but I love to try them and I love to play with them. And I just think these are the perfect size. I think if they were the whole page, it'd be too much for what it is. I think if they were any smaller, it'd get a little too, it would lose the simplicity that makes these so attractive. Look at these mer dogs. There's a little bit of mer everything. And you could do this, you could make this anything. So you don't have to color these like they're underwater. I mean, what I mean by you don't have to make everything look, realistically underwater. That's difficult. It is. And I do that. I do it on, other pages. But here I would probably make myself a colorful rainbow octopus with his little baby squishy friend. Is he in a shell? Is this a little thing in a shell? Oh my God. Camellia is so cute. Oh, a mermaid and a princess and dragons. I mean, come on. This is definitely a book that I want to dive into right away. My September is really full, and you will see a September planning. But I have a bazillion buddies. Feel free to join in on any of them because they're fun space buddies, and they're all books that you have. I didn't go with weird. I tried to pick all books that people have. And mostly they were people reaching out to me wanting to do this. Because you can find space pictures, you can find, fall pictures. You can find pictures in anything. You'd be surprised. I've found that pretty much every single mythographic has a space picture. In fact, I'm doing several of them. I can't forget what these little things are, and I love them. They're like little fishy people. And then a dragon. You could put this in the sky. This doesn't have to be underwater. This one probably does. Now, this is one I've got slated for Halloween. I don't know what's going on, but I love this picture so much. Why is the fish following a pumpkin? And it's like made to look like an anglerfish, but he doesn't have an angle. He just is following this. I don't know what's happening here, but this is like deep sea. So I would make it like dark and make some glowy stuff. That'd be fun. It looks like a fun page. Whee! Now, see, this is out of the water. Isn't this a great book? Now, this one I'm going to do for Christmas because I think that looks like Santa and Mrs. Claus. So I'm going to make that Christmas. Here's a really fun where she's like a kinder, gentler Ursula. She's making soup with her friends. Isn't this adorable? You could do this for Valentine's Day. Wouldn't that be sweet? I love it. And they're just, I mean, these bunnies, I mean, she really can draw cuteness. Hey, I wanted to ask you, what do you guys do with these eyes? I know that they're supposed to be reflections and stuff, but what is pupil? What is reflection? What is color? I've seen some of you make some really beautiful, sort of entrancing eyes, like hypnotic. How did you do that? Because I don't know what to color on these eyes that have those multiple things in them. And pretty much all of them are like that. That's kind of how she does her eyes. I should look. Why don't I just go to Instagram? Hashtag Camellia Angelkova. Durr. I'll do that. See, like this one, I'd love to make her eyes like a super focal point. I have learned that I don't know how to color Nemo from memory. I have a page in another book that's a whip, and it has these little Nemos, and when I finish that, wait till you see them. I totally don't know what I'm doing. I need to pull up a reference. Obviously, I don't know where the orange and the black goes. Oh, that's sweet. That's so sweet. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is like Where the Wild Things Are, but underwater, right? How fun. A chance to use browns, you know, different colors. Any colors work for Camellia Angelkova. I just think she's phenomenal. And I'm so glad. I've always loved her, and I love the prompts. I love what Coloring Biker Mama, what Yolanda's doing there. Absolutely love it. And she's got prompts every week for you to look through all your Camellia books and color a page. Super fun. A way to really get into these books. I highly recommend it. Go to her channel and find what her prompts are. She does videos. She has a YouTube and Instagram. She does videos that tell the prompts. She, you know, when she can, she showcases your pages. Now, see, that to me, Santa Claus. So that's going to be another Christmas one. A little Santa elf. Mermaid. Creature. So now, ooh, Valentine's. So now I'm going to, now that I have 2 Camellia books, and I found a genre of Camellia that I like, these framed ones that seem more complete to me, I'm going to be joining in. I'm excited. I'm going to join in some of her prompts when I can, because I imagine that these go fairly quickly. I mean, they're bigger, and there's a lot there, and if I do shading and stuff, it won't be super quick. But the likelihood of me doing any kind of fancy shading is probably, I mean, the likelihood of me doing fancy shading on any page is probably no. I learned how to use alcohol markers just for that reason, so I don't have to do anything else. And this is definitely alcohol marker pages for me. I love this one. It's like a unicorn seahorse with wings. Just throw all the fun things together. Oh my God, look at their cute hairs. They're so cute. And they have those eyes again. I imagine, like, they both can't be highlights, right? One's a highlight. I don't know. Because there's always 2 circles in these. There's 2 circles in them, and I don't know. Maybe you can color it whatever you want. I just don't want to make them look creepy. Or do I? Whoa. Hey, I want to give a shout out to all of you who are having issues right now. I know some of you are having family emergencies, and some of you are very sick or in pain. It just seems like the world's kind of crashing down on several of you. Merman. And, you know, I got injured. It's like, I don't know. Is it something in the stars, the planets, the comet shower that we're having here in the United States? I don't know. But it just feels like life is really challenging right now for a lot of you. And I love you. And I know you have it in you to get through this. And from the Buddhist perspective, which I can't help myself, nothing is permanent. Everything changes. So our happiest times go away and our saddest times go away. So if we can stay under the water like this lady, instead of being above the water, on the water, rocking with every new thing that comes our way, if we can sink down and find just some peace and just wait it out, have a lot less rocking, do whatever. And the way to do that is meditation, coloring, going for walks, whatever it is that gets you into a calmer state of mind and lets your big, beautiful brain let go of its frantic anxiety about what's happening. If you can just breathe and bring yourself down to right now at this moment, if you're sitting somewhere listening to my voice right now, you're probably not in a dire emergency. So that's great. Let's stick with that. Right now, everything's okay. Now, we have no control over the future, and what the past is gone. So all we have is this moment. So this moment, we're looking at this derpy mermaid guy with horns, which I'm thinking about making, every time I see a horn, making them into coral, because don't they look like coral? I think they look like coral. And why do we have mushrooms under the sea? Who knows? We just do. And another one, see, another moment passed and nothing terrible happened. And look, we have another really cool picture because this hat is magnificent. This is another one I've kind of thought about for Halloween. I mean, but this Halloween, because it's really cute. I don't know about you, but every time I see one of these big floppy witch hats, I think purple. I want to branch out, but I always make them purple. I don't know why. Oh my gosh, this is straight up Halloween. But look, it's a pumpkin puss. An octo pumpkin. Octo lantern. A jackapus. It's a jackapus. I need to stop right now. Look, it's another merman. I like these, Ariel's dad, King of the Sea type mermaids. They're really cool. And that actually could be where she got her inspiration, right? There's Sebastian in sort of a cartoon way. This is adorable. So see, we're in the moment. We're looking at pages. You're probably coloring, listening to me being ridiculous. Oh, she's sleeping in one of these really cool shells. It's like a conch shell or I don't really know what a conch looks like. I just know they're delicious. Don't tell anybody. Okay. I fell in love with this page. He's come down to visit his sweetheart. But he's like prepared. It's not like the Little Mermaid who like pulls him under or, he can actually breathe and be her friend. And the fish are happy. And there's flowers. That's just neat. I always think this is the last one because it looks like it should be a final page, but it's adorbs. But no, there's more cuteness. This is the manta. This always reminds me of the manta in Finding Nemo. And I love him. So we're going to blah, 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 blah. He looks like him. We're in the moment. We're looking at pages. And there's no disasters. So right now, let's stay in the moment. I mean, I could look up away from this moment and see all the dust that's in my house that needs to be taken care of. Feel the pain that's starting in my hip. Think about the dinner that I need to finish making. I mean, that's not reality. My reality is right here. This is what I'm doing right now. And if I do all that, if I think that way, then my anxiety starts to build. I start like, I should get up and deal with all that dust. I should do this. I should do that. Then I'm shooting all over myself. So, and that does nothing to promote peace. So instead, we're here together looking at this fantastic gift from my friend Sarah. Sarah, thank you so much. This book, I love this book. I love this book so much. Now, there were a couple of things I picked up before I got injured. I don't know what they are, but I'm having fun opening things with you. So this could be a wonderful coloring present, and it could be some rando thing I bought for the house. So let's see. Let's open it up. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sesame oil. Wah, 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 wah. Although it's really, really good. I am, that's from me to my kitchen. I am a huge sesame oil fan ever since I went to China and found out that's one of the secret flavors that makes their food so good. But haven't been able to find any in the store that's any good. It all's really kind of weak and thin. This one's great. It's on Amazon, and it's fantastic. It tastes like the stuff that I got in China. In China, they make it and sell it on the street. I mean, you can just like watch them sitting there making it, and you can just go and get a bottle and buy it. It's fantastic. But this is pretty good stuff here. This is the bigger bottle. I can't remember how much it is. You know, it's more expensive than you're going to get in the grocery store, but it's 50,000 times better. And I cook almost everything with it, so especially all my vegetables. All right. This is like door number 1 and door number 2. That was not the prize, was it? It was a prize for me. I needed it. This is not sesame oil. I don't know what it is. Let's reach in and see if there's a note. There is something. Oh. Enjoy your gift. A little mouse told me you don't have this one yet and you want it. From Sarah Seamy. Sarah spoiled me rotten. What is it? What is it? It's Matchstick Mouse. Which one? Which one? Which one? It's Rainy Day. Oh my gosh. Yes, Sarah, I do want this one because this is my home. I live in a temperate rainforest. And so it rains, 250 days out of the year. And probably more, actually. I haven't really ever calculated. It's only sunny for a couple months and then it rains. In fact, we just had a huge rainstorm for 2 days and it was wonderful. I had missed it. So this book is Morgan O'Brien's most recent Matchstick Mouse, and I don't have it. Now, I am not a completionist, I don't think, but when it comes to Matchstick Mouse, the only one I don't have is Winter, and I do want to get the Winter one because there's a great new hashtag coming out that does all the seasons. And, wait, do I have Winter? I have Christmas. We went through this already because we already put these Matchstick Mouses in my journal. So you probably know better than I do. So we're going to be adding this one. Rainy Day Coloring Book. Let's look at it. Now, I don't know if you saw on Instagram, but Morgan O'Brien is putting out 2 Annie Day books. And I think he's putting them out at the same time. He's got one finished, but when asked when it's going to be released, he says September because the other one's almost done. It's an Autumn Vibes one, and he has the cover on his Instagram page. Oh, you should check it out. The cover is gorgeous. This was me just the other day. It was raining so hard, I was so injured that I laid in bed. And I read, I mostly watched movies at first because I just couldn't focus on anything. But then when I was able to read, I got into this book that Sarah also sent me about a Theravada, a Tibetan, Thailand, Theravada nun, Buddhist nun in Thailand, where they don't recognize nuns, and her journey. And it's just wonderful. I'm halfway through it now. It's wonderful. What is he doing? The shell's broken. Are they repairing his shell? Oh, and Wormy's concerned. She can do anything, though, because you know she's a witch, right? Yeah, Matchstick Mouse is female, and she's a witch. So I don't know if she is a mouse or if she's a witch who's transformed herself to a mouse, but Morgan O'Brien says she's a witch, so she can do anything. Oh, this is so wonderful. I've never gotten the opportunity to paint. My friends in the UK probably have a really cool name for them. We call them rain jackets, raincoats. But they're like rubber, and they're usually, traditionally they're yellow, and they're cool. Do you call them rubbers? Maybe you call them rubber. I know you have a word for them. Oh my gosh, they're playing in the rain. Now that's what we do here because the winter, the rain's cold, but right now the rain's not that cold. And it usually doesn't, I mean, it rains every day in 3 of the 4 seasons, but it doesn't rain. Well, we have bouts of like 2 weeks of solid rain. The longest rain, I think, was 42 days we had of rain that never stopped. That was a little bit much. I remember that when we broke the rain record. It was like, can we ever see the sky again, ever? Is she, oh, she's running out to save her laundry. Okay, I've done that many a time. I've also heard from several of you that there are some places in the States or in other countries where it's not a common thing to hang your laundry outside to dry. And then other places, it's the thing everybody does. It's not as common to bring them into the dryer. So what do you do? What in your culture where you're at, what's the norm for you? We here in Oregon, very eco-concerned and very, we're really hippie out here. So there's a lot of hanging laundry on lines, but it also rains all the time. So we can only do that for a couple months. And then we're running out to get it because it's raining. Blackberries. Now my blackberries around here were ripe, but I don't know, after that giant rainstorm, I haven't been out to go see if they survived because they can get real mushy in the rain. Oh my God, Wormy. I don't know what he's doing, but he's having his own little party over here. He's adorable. Okay, that would be a really fun one to color because I do like to color berries. I like to eat them and I like to color them. They're playing chess. There's Cat Beetle right there and Wormy. And this is Matchstick, I think. Who's this? Another witchy friend? And then the spider, which I don't think has a name. I don't know why that little beetle is called a cat beetle, but that's what Morgan O'Brien calls it. Is it leaking in the house? Yes, it is. And Wormy's up there with a hammer, which I don't believe is going to help much. But it's leaking in the house. And Matchstick has got one of their little nephews there. Oh, adorable. Okay, this is the cover. Is this not such a joyous picture? Wow, Sarah. I love this. I thought the Big Adventure was my favorite Matchstick, but just because of the theme, this one is equally the best one. There's Cat Beetle. Wormy's not too... Oh, Wormy's scared because those are big fish and they eat worms. Wormy doesn't like this experience. I've had a couple of colorists reach out who have never gotten the Matchstick mouses and they're thinking about getting into it. Is that one of those spoon-billed birds or something? It looks like it's a Uber food driver. Grubhub. It's bringing some food. I recommend the Great Big Adventure one if you don't have any, because that one seems to be the most diverse, with her visiting the most different sorts of creatures and the different sorts of environments. And that's a really good one to get a feel for her because you've got her all over. And to see if you like the paper and if you like coloring this. I've only ever heard of one colorist who didn't, but it's possible you may not like this, but it really is I find it very relaxing. I use alcohol markers and then sometimes other things on top of that, but mostly just alcohol markers, like embellishments and stuff, glittery things. What's happening here? Cat Beetle slipped off. Wow, they must be going through a storm they didn't expect because they're all a little concerned. I would make this one really stormy. Now, this rain stopped here and they're playing in puddles, which is always fun. I played in a lot of puddles when I was a kid. Who am I fooling? I play in puddles now. I do. Oh, there's that big chick that you've seen in other ones. Yeah, this one's fun. Now, she's in a lot of different environments here with a lot of different friends, but because it's all rain, it may not appeal to you as your first one, as your very first Matchstick mouse. So I think the one with the most diversity is the adventure one. And then the others are more themed, autumn, Halloween, floral, spring. But I tell you, they're all fantastic. There's not a single one of these that I regret having. They're all amazing. They fulfill my need for a simpler picture without it being too simple. So I am more of a detailed picture person. I like details and I like complicated pages. But you can't do all complicated pages unless you're Shell's coloring journey, which she's not even human, I think. And she can do nothing but complicated pages. And she can pull out, 20 of them. I don't know. She's amazing. You got to watch her. But for me, I can't do back to back, really difficult. So I need to every now and then do something that's a little faster. That'll give me that easy win. And I can do a Magic Mouse in an evening. So now see, this isn't raining at all. They're just pulling up a carrot. I love it that they're using her tail. And Cat Beetle isn't even touching the ground. So he's not really helping at all. But they're pulling on her tail to help her pull up the carrots. What? Oh, they were going to go to the beach. Yeah, that's every day, September through June here. Well, stepping outside and it's raining. You just get used to being wet here. None of us use umbrellas. If you use an umbrella, we know you're not from here. It's kind of a thing. It's not that nobody thinks they're being tough or cool by not using an umbrella. It's more like umbrellas get lost and they're a pain. And then you go in somewhere and you've got this wet umbrella. We just walk in the rain and we just get wet. You just get used to spending months sort of damp. I don't know anybody that owns an umbrella. I've had a bazillion of them, but I always lose them. In fact, I think there's one over by my door for strangers or something. I don't know. I never use it. Who wants to bring a wet umbrella into their car? Okay, this could be fun because this is like the trees outside could potentially be like, these are full grown out pine trees. So this could be almost like a Christmassy, wintry type of rain. And they're inside in a hot bubble bath, which is awesome. That's such a cute page. I totally screwed up. There's another book that I think it's the spring one that has her in a bath. I used a color palette challenge and it's pretty awful. So I think I'm going to redeem myself on this one because I like doing coloring creatures in baths. Pancakes with a strawberry. Oh, I really want pancakes now. I could make a pancake. Bacon pancakes. Bacon pancakes. Look at the cat beetle. And flowers. Wait, is she sick? Is it her birthday? It must be her birthday. Oh, that's it. They brought her breakfast in bed with all the carbs and a bouquet of beautiful flowers, and the spider has a present, and cat beetle has a hug. That's wonderful. On a rainy day, breakfast in bed. Oh my gosh, they made a pillow fort. Yep. Blanket fort. He's putting them. It's cute. Oh my gosh. Stage and a play inside. So they're doing a lot more indoor activities because it's raining outside. And she's got her nephew and niece or nephews. I can't remember. There's a book where one of the books these two are introduced, and she babysits them now and then. Oh, playing some music because they're stuck inside because of the rain. See, isn't this amazing? Oh, getting all the ladybugs back to their homes. Creepy crawling on her. Oh, that's kind of fun, actually. They're playing Pretend Hawaii. These are all sorts of things we can do on the rainy days. Oh my gosh, another opportunity to color her in a bird bath outside in the rain. That is fun. Everybody's always so happy as this always happens. I make a comment and then boom, not. Always so happy. Not happy. Not happy. This kitty's not happy. I don't think that itty bitty towel out in the rain is going to do him much, but her heart's in the right place. Annie Day's in this one. Oh my gosh. I love Annie Day. I mean, I love Matchstick Mouse, but Annie Day is my favorite character of Morgan O'Brien's because she's just so peaceful and soothing, and she's really fun to color. And I'm really looking forward to those new books of Annie Day's. Oh, and that's the last page. So it's just Annie Day saying hi. Oh, this is such a wonderful book. Sarah, thank you so much. I'm so excited. This is about where my head's at right now, too. So I'm going to have to get up and walk around. But if I can sit down again tonight, I think I'd like to color one of these. I say that every time I get a new book. I do. And that was my mail. So thank you for opening things with me. Thank you, Sarah, of course, of all the gifts. Thank you, Sister Minh Bao, for replenishing the sesame oil, because that needed to happen. And thank you all for being my friend. I sure do adore all of you, and I've missed you so much. I love putting out these videos because then we get to chat in the comments, and I don't know. I just feel like you're here in my living room with me. And so special love to all of you, and especially to my friend Jelly Starburst. I know that you're having a particularly hard time, and I saw your wonderful big-hearted comments to me on your Instagram page, and it just made me tear up and cry. It's so nice having friends like you and like all of you watching this, and I just love you, Jelly. That's it for now. So stay tuned. My next video will probably be September plans will be coming up, and also we'll be looking at my pile. We're putting some more new books in my coloring journal. Peace be with you today. Bye-bye.